Hello and welcome to Kinsei-Do Corner. Have you ever wondered how to unlock your full potential and live your healthiest, most fulfilling life? Then this podcast is here to help you achieve just that. We dive deep into the world of health and performance, exploring how to move better, feel better, and live a healthier, more fulfilling life. I chat with inspiring coaches, athletes, health experts, and high performers from all walks of life to learn from their stories, mindsets, and lifestyle choices. Whether you're an experienced high performer or new to the world of health and well-being, I'm in your corner to guide you on the path to being the healthiest, happiest, and highest performing version of yourself. Let's go. Yo, hello. Welcome back to Kinsei-Do Corner. Today's episode is in light of the upcoming Jakarta Hyrox event, the first Hyrox event coming to Indonesia, and it's in 6 days from now. So the episode today will feature a returning guest, Wita, who I've had on this show twice before. I looked it up before. It was once last year at the beginning of 2025, and that was also already talking about Hyrox. And then once, can you believe it, in 2020. So this podcast has a bit of a history, and you were there from the beginning. So glad to have you back, Wita. Doing well. I'm doing well. I'm super excited for the race. And that's why I'm super excited for the talk today, because you have a wealth of experience. You've been to 7 or 8.
Well, I did several, yeah.
Yeah, you said you weren't even sure yourself anymore. It's either 7 or 8 races that you've done. Traveled all over Asia for it already.
Yeah, thanks to the sponsors, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the financial aspect is not going to be discussed today, but I'm sure it is on everyone's mind as well.
Right.
This Hyrox thing isn't coming cheap, but the fact that it's here in our backyard means we've got to take the opportunity, and we've got to do it, and we're really looking forward to it as well. But yeah, so in today's chat, which is basically a preparation chat for me to get your experience, for my listeners to learn from you as well. I hope they listened to the last episode that we did on Hyrox about 18 months ago, and we had CJ on the podcast as well. So yeah. It was the two of you talking about your strategies for Hyrox, and obviously now you have about 6 more races under your belt. So I'm sure your strategy and your knowledge has grown and evolved. So really looking forward to catching up on that and finding out how you're going to approach the race, your own race, how you talk to your members and the people that you coach about preparing for the race. I mean, I suppose the training is done now. If you haven't trained until now, then good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
But yeah, this is the critical and the last week, last couple of days, and you want to make sure that you prepare optimally to perform well and to perform according to your expectations. So once again, welcome, Wita. Really good to have you back on the show.
Yeah, pleasure. My
pleasure.
So
let's jump right in. So you have done how many Hyrox races, and what
let's
categories?
Count properly now. Okay, so it's
Please do.
Hong Kong, Taipei, Singapore, Bangkok, Seoul, Incheon, Istanbul. So it will be 8. Jakarta will be 8.
This is number 8. Okay, I heard you saying
Ranking
Bangkok,
number 8.
Taiwan, Korea. So you've been Korea, Thailand, Taiwan, even Turkey, Singapore,
Hong Kong.
of course, Hong
First
Kong.
one, Hong Kong.
Amazing. So yeah, how is it?
Not
how does
so
it?
amazing for my wallet, but yeah,
Yeah.
the experience counts. So
Exactly. Make memories, not money, or well,
both.
both.
Okay.
Both. Make money to make memories. Anyway, let's jump right in. So how has your view of Hyrox and how you think about it, how you prepare for it, how you think about talking to members or people that you coach who are doing it for the first time, as well as those who are doing it for a repeated time, how has your perception of what it takes, how to approach it, all of this, how has that changed with the many races that you've done?
Okay. One big thing is actually I know it's hard, but don't overthink it. Okay. So I know it's gonna be hard for first timer, gonna be nervous and everything. But first thing I think is when it comes to race day, don't overthink it. You prep well, but then it's like in the middle of not being overconfident, but don't overthink it as well. So you have to find that sweet spot between those two, because if you overthink it, you're gonna get so pressured in the on the race day, and it's gonna pretty much ruin your pacing and everything. But if you're overconfident, also you're gonna push so hard, and then you're gonna basically it's gonna be a death march from station 2 to station 8. So yeah, I think that's so for everyone asking, like you just prepare well. You don't have to overdo everything. You don't have to go run 8 times a week. You don't have to, like run, I don't know, 100K mile a week or something. And then you don't have to do Hyrox classes every day. Cause what I see, I mean, I like the excitement around Hyrox when now in Hyrox Jakarta. It's a good thing because communities come together, and then venues for training, new venues popping up everywhere is good. But what I see, people tend to get, like quote unquote over prepared, like they always do simulation every week since the first month. So what I can say is just do, like don't over prepare, because you're gonna get burned out easily. Just do strength training and running. That's to put it simply. Okay. But this is from my experience. Other coach maybe have different opinion. It's fine. But to me, it's actually quote unquote simple. You do your strength piece, technique and Hyrox movement, and then running, and that's it. You don't have to overcomplicate things. You just have to be consistent. That's all. Is it a long answer? Is that what you asked me for? Is it okay?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you. And I mean, it is good. It is good for people to know, because on the one hand, obviously you and me coming from a CrossFit kind of background and being involved with the CrossFit community, where you can somehow never prepare for everything because you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
So in a way that helps you to avoid the overthinking, because, well, you don't know what's coming anyway.
Yeah.
With
so
Hyrox,
you train, right? Normally
Hyrox,
train.
8 stations, there's,
You
of
tend
course,
to
there's a
overdo
tendency
everything.
to, yes, you think, okay, I need to tweak this, you need to tweak that. And then in the end, you blow up your pacing, or you blow up too early. So I think that's good. And I'm sure some of what you just said there has come from lessons that you have painfully learned yourself. Tell us, tell us something about your previous races. Like, how did you, when you began, what was your mindset? How has it changed? How do you approach this weekend now compared to, let's say, the last time?
Let's see. Let's say we focus more on the running. For me, the last few races, I prepared for the strength part, of course, but I do the running part more consistently. Also because I have very limited time to train, so I have to pick, right? So from my point of view is how I can catch up is from the running for me, because my strength is okay. So I work more on the running side of the race. May not work for everybody. So for me, so with this limited amount of time that I can train because of my work schedule and then my kids pick up and everything, so I prioritize running. Yeah, and that doesn't say I'm already good at it. I'm still struggling, dying every interval. I'm still dying and every session, but I try to be more consistent on the running while still working on the strength piece of the race. Also, maybe in recovery part, I'm more disciplined in taking rest days. Yeah. Okay. So I have one consistent how do you say it? Rest day, 1 day a week. Yeah, where I really don't do anything. No running, no every and it's kind of it helps, see, for and timing my session, so you don't do too hard session back to back, and things like that.
Oh, that's good. And it's, I wouldn't say it's funny, but it's interesting that you say that basically the strength part is kind of where you're good at or good enough at, and the endurance part is that you're working on. Because I surely remember back when we were both at Stronghold in the pre-pandemic
10 years
times.
ago.
Definitely endurance was more of your strength, and strength wasn't your strength, so to say. So clearly it's great to see that you've been able to reverse that or shift your focus, and with dedicated strength training, you've basically turned a weakness into a strength, and now and now you have other areas to obviously work on. This, I mean, we're never done.
Yeah.
It's always a work in progress.
Why? Yes, why? It's never done. Why? So it's I think it's one of the advantage coming from the CrossFit background, I think, right? So all the stations are for the techniques and everything already nailed that. So we only work on the strength part and the running, because we don't do that much dedicated time on running, and that's, I think, helps a lot in Hyrox.
Okay, cool. Let's shift gears, and I know obviously listeners, with the timing of this chat coming a week before the race, listeners will be wondering or wanting to know how do they best now prepare themselves for the race. And we talked before starting recording that basically training is done, right?
Done.
Either you've prepared or you haven't, and if you haven't, then get ready to sell your soul. But let's say you did, right? Let's say you did spend the last 5, 6, whatever months building up a good aerobic base, working on the technique for the 8 stations. What now? How do you yourself, for what you have coming up, how do you prepare these last 6 days before the race?
Oh my God, it's already 6 days. Yeah, okay. All right. So again, it depends on the individual. Some people can get away with the last hard session being on Wednesday or Thursday. Some people can get away with that depending on their experience and fitness level. But some, maybe this week is only for easy runs and do gym bros. Maybe touch the sled a bit just to stay sharp. But then what I can say is that stay away from things or type of training that gets you muscle soreness, until weekend. Because sometimes you do the workout on Tuesday, but then it stays, and then you can feel your legs heavy on the race day, especially if you're racing Saturday. So be careful with that. So what I would do, or I would suggest from my experience, again, everyone can have different opinions. It's it's personal. But for me, this week, I'll just do easy runs and one speed session just to stay sharp and feel okay, I can do it. But then I stay away from like 400 meters time 12 time 10. I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, and then do your easy runs easy. So what I would do usually, because Friday will be what do you call it, registration, right, where you get the race pack thing on Friday. So it's totally out of the discussion. So you only have Monday to Thursday, right? What I would do, maybe just easy runs, 5K, 8K max, 1 hour run. And then some, like I said, maybe EMOM sled, but don't go all out, just to touch on stations a bit. But my last hard session would be, I think, Wednesday. Yeah, I'll do some, like I said, just to stay sharp, some short intervals, and then that's it. Don't get tempted to push just because, okay, I feels weird not to work out after all these training blocks. I know it's kind of feel like, am I training enough? And then you're gonna panic train in this last 6 days, and like, my God, I don't think I train wobbles enough. I don't think I do enough lunges. I don't think I do enough intervals. Forget it. It's done. So you actually, can you still hear me? Because you're a bit, you're lagging in my screen. Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear you again.
Don't panic train this last 6 days. It's no use. Just trust your training before from the training block, and this time is just for recovering, eating enough electrolytes. You can start drinking them tomorrow. Everybody, one pack electrolytes starting Monday all the way through your race, okay? And then maybe adding a little carbs every day leading up to the race until the carb loading. Usually people do it D minus 48 hours or something. Yeah. Other than that, just pack well, if you need to pack, or just do last minute logistics. Training is done. You just rest, recover, and then you want to do physiotherapy session or need the right needle, do it early in the week. That's all. Don't panic train. That's my main advice to you. Don't do 100 wall ball every day just because you think you don't do enough wall balls. There's not time for that anymore.
Perfect. No, I really love that, and I think this is really critical, and it is something that many people do get wrong. I personally hadn't heard of the term panic train yet, but this is exactly what it is. And I think for myself as well, for me and my doubles partner, as well as my other friends who are doing the race next weekend, we did a major simulation last week Tuesday, so kind of 12 days out, and that was it, right? That was the last hard
That's perfect
session.
also.
So this coming week is as you say, it's really just about also not feeling rusty, and that
fueling, yes.
yeah, and that is really very personal, right? I mean, some people, if they don't do something every day, they will feel like rusty, and then then that eats at their confidence and eats at their mentality. But yeah,
Don't
for
get
me,
tempted,
it'll be similar to what you said. I think I'm gonna do maybe 2 days of just easy running, and probably not even 5 to 8K like you said, just shorter or just three times one or three times one and a
just to
half.
get moving,
Just move it, and then
don't look at those elites. They still do hard session on Thursday. We're not elites.
yeah, correct,
We're everyday athletes.
correct.
Stop it.
Correct. There are some people that can obviously do a race or a
Also,
simulation
okay,
and come back the next day, right?
Yes. No, that's not us. That's not me, at least. Also, maybe I want to share something. My last race in Incheon. I raced on Saturday, and forgot. Sunday. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's either those 2 days, and then my other friend raced on Friday. Yeah, and then I stay in the venue and watch them, and then maybe that interferes with my race on the next day, because I thought I'm just watching for an hour. It's fine, but somehow my race, it's this. I mean, like the weights and everything's the same, but I did single pro also that last November, right? And then my second single pro, which is in Incheon, I already died since the sled. It's already I'm already finished. I'm like, why is my leg so heavy? It's not supposed to happen. I mean, like, yes, of course you're gonna feel heavy legs after sleds, but then you can still manage. But then my last race, it's like, no, something's wrong. And then it's get me a bit traumatized and like, am I gonna do single pro again? Let's see. So yeah, that's what I want to say. It's save your legs, no excessive walking even. Yeah, just don't go around the malls or something the day before. Save your legs, people. On the day before, just chill totally.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, logically it makes total sense, but yeah, people, especially if we're used to training, we don't consider like walking
standing up
as training. But it, of course, it builds fatigue in the legs too.
Yes, so small
Good.
things.
You also touched on nutrition and electrolytes. I love that. I think especially let's say in amateur circles or in people who are going to do this for the first time, this whole idea or anything outside of training doesn't really register as something that can have a critical impact. But obviously it does, right? If you've not eaten well, if you've not eaten like in a way that supports your optimal preparation and recovery from your previous training sessions, then you will feel it in the race.
Yes, for
sure.
In
many ways, a lot of people, myself included, but a lot of people that I've talked to, we are hopeful that because we normally train in a gym that doesn't have air condition, so it's really hot. So we're hopeful that just by being in the race venue, which is, as far as I know, extremely climate cooled.
It's actually not really comfortable. Actually, when you race in a fully air condition, it's really
it's
dry
too cold
and dry, and then you somehow get that runners. Or the term is cotton mouth or something, when you feel like it's really dry. You don't normally feel like that when you run outside, or it's another thing to look out for, to anticipate. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe maybe sometimes you don't. I don't need. You don't need to drink or whatever, but you definitely need to. You will definitely need to with the air conditioned venue. Yeah.
That's a good tip because like as I was saying, I think most people think of the fact that there will be air condition as a benefit, as an advantage, but actually there are also disadvantages.
Different. Everyone will feel different, but to me, it's not really helping being in an air condition. Of course, it's better than outside because I race Singapore National Stadium. It's semi outdoor, right? And it's hot, and it's not good either. But fully air conditioned, it's also not gonna make it easier also. So you have to prepare for that.
Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
those tips and those things that go through your mind as you prepare. I know a lot of listeners and especially a lot of first timers will be tackling the Hyrox as a doubles just to kind of reduce the stress and anxiety and workload. What kind of tips would you have for a first timer doubles team in terms of? I'm not suggesting that you obviously you can't dictate the strategy of a given pair, because like for example, I know that my partner and I we know our rep splits, we've kind of thought of these things, and those are very individual. But like on a higher level, on a generic or general level, what sort of tips, given your doubles experience, would you give to anyone trying it for the first time?
First, you have to be on the same page with your partner, because maybe the other one wants to push and the other one wants to be here and just have fun. No, you have to be on the same page, right? For example, me and my double partner, we agree that we will push really hard. So don't get offended if we shout at each other. See, and you have to be on the same page. That's the first thing. And then second is you need to communicate, because sometimes during the race, it's not going to go as planned. You have to stay focused. And doubles are different from singles, because on doubles, you have rest. So you can push harder on the station because you already rest. So you have to stay focused. You cannot, when your partner is doing the station, you cannot rest and look away. You have to stay. You have to keep an eye, and then you have to communicate when to switch, because sometimes they're gonna switch earlier or later, so communicate. And then doubles are not 50-50. Sometimes people think it's okay, you have to divide 50-50. No, it's again communicate. And then if you already, your partner's already slowing down or you're already slowing down, don't hesitate to switch. Yeah, I think that's it. And doubles are actually fun. I love doubles, but the runs are nasty on the doubles. So that's yeah, I think that's for me. But the rest is, I think you guys already have your own strategies, so do that. But be prepared to pivot because anything can happen in the race. Your partner can get cramped. Hopefully nobody got cramped. But yeah, you have to be ready for anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that's a good strategy for life in general. Have a strategy, but be ready to pivot.
Yes.
So that's a good one. Okay, thank you so much. I want to make sure that we keep this episode also short and really condensed, so that people can listen to it quickly and still get the necessary infos out before the race. But let's leave it, or let's finish up with your personal goals and objectives for this weekend. You're doing not one, not two, but 3 events. So tell us about that. Tell us what's your kind of your main goal and what you want to achieve with the other 2 events.
Okay. So I'm in Jakarta. I'm doing double pro on Saturday, and then single open and relay on Sunday. So, but actually, the focus here is on the double pro. The goal is just to PB, because somehow Jakarta race is so crowded, and I know lots of strong athletes from CrossFit and from other backgrounds are all coming to race this weekend. So yeah, the goal is just to PB. My first double pro is 117, so hopefully we got faster than that, but let's see. Like I said, anything can happen in the race, but the goal is get faster, of course. For the single open, no target. Actually, I haven't done single open in a year, so just let's see what I have left after the double pro. And relay is just for fun with all my members. So yeah, it's also but yeah, that's the thing about Hyrox. You can do it for fun with the community, and also you can also push for PB.
Amazing. Which 2 stations are you doing on the relay?
What is it?
What are you doing on the relay? What stations are you doing?
Relay, I of course burpee.
Of course.
It's
and number 2?
And Langes.
Oh, yeah, okay. They clearly, your members have given you the ones that they don't want to do.
Yeah. Hey, how about you? How's your preparation for the?
I think okay. So for me, my main concern all along with Hyrox, also the reason that I haven't done any single Hyroxes at all, even though I've been talking and thinking about it for 2 years or even more. the reason has really been that I'm struggling with running, and I've struggled with running with like knee pain issues since
I heard, yeah.
since over like 15 years or so. But I have finally been a bit more consistent and diligent with my like strengthening work of glutes, hamstrings, everything. And I'm now, let's say, softly confident that I can do the 8K.
Yay.
And so my first goal really is to get through the race without running into my pain issues. I'm doing it with a partner, with my friend and colleague from work, who I also did the Fitbuller CrossFit competition with a month and a half ago. So he's a very strong athlete, but not quite as his engine is not as good as mine. Not that mine's great or anything, but basically we have different strengths. So I think we'll be going for just getting through it. Quietly in my head, I would like to break 130 if we can, but if we don't, who cares really, right?
Yeah.
So
that's also that's
my
also
goal.
my message for everyone's doing their first race. Your first race not gonna happen twice, so just have fun. You can push, of course, do your best, but in the end, it's the first race not gonna happen twice. Just have fun.
Yes, exactly.
Your first race.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever happens, 3 hours we will still PB. So so we can walk backwards and we'll still PB. So it'll be awesome. Okay, no, thank you, Wita. Thanks for sharing your tips and your experience this evening. Just for people who want to kind of follow you on the social medias and see how you're training and also how you're getting through the weekend with your 3 events, where do people find you? How do people look up for you?
My Instagram handle at OMAGA, or you can follow Power Pace, me and my my partner's page. Train both, fear none. So you can follow Power Pace too, because we'll be updating everything in there. So
perfect.
Good luck everyone for racing this weekend for you too.
Thank you, Wita. Thank you, and good luck to you too. I mean, just survive 3 events, and I'll be seeing you there. I'll be at the venue also both days, so we'll be good. We'll be great. Thank you so much, and
thank you.
Have a nice evening and a good remaining week to train and prepare.
You too. Happy Taper Week, everyone.
Thank you for listening, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this episode with my guest Wita, and you got something out of it and feel a little bit more prepared for your upcoming Hyrox race, be it this weekend in Jakarta or later in the season. Before I let you go, please remember to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on the YouTube channel. And I will see you for the next episode here again